Hello everyone, this is Fireswamp with both a new microphone and some more Creeper World 4, and today we will be taking a closer look at the Colonies map 3124, also known as Magic Carpet by Xonic. So, this map was recently selected as a competition map, so several players, including myself, pushed the limits of this map in an attempt to get their times as low as possible. This map got very interesting as time went on. This map actually led to multiple new game mechanics. Actually, multiple. I'm gonna say one new game mechanic and a few more optimization or a few kind of weird terp problems that I'll get into later. But without further ado, let's just take a look at the level just to see what's going on. So, well, okay, so we've got required objectives, activate totems. So totems are up here. We've got 3 totems, anti-creeper, art, liftic, and down here we have the actual resources. Okay, so pretty simple. Get resources from point A, move them to point B. The problem is, as you can probably see, we do not have porters. So we need some other way to get up here. The only other way is a direct connection. And the problem with that is that, well, there's a small legion of blobs in between you and in between the south and the north. Okay, so to my best knowledge, the intended way to do this map, and I'll just demonstrate this quickly, is you want to terraform up a series of walls. This might seem like complete nonsense. Oh, I forgot to select height. Okay, so the intended way to do this is I'm just going to set up these walls pretty quickly. I think you need like 3 layers or something. I can't remember. Whatever. It'll at least demonstrate what's going on. Okay, so let's just say you set up these walls. Now, I'm going to play the level. Ooh. Now, you can see the blobs got delayed by this. And now these blobs were the ones that spawned in the walls, so now we're going to get to here. Okay, so this is where you see all the blobs are disappearing, none of them are getting over here. Well, what's going on? How this works is that blobs have a parameter called lifetime. This is the amount of time a blob will exist before despawning if it hasn't hit a target. And, well, this doesn't show up in most any other level because blob's lifetime, like the standard blob's lifetime, is 2 minutes. On this level, however, it's been modified to 20 seconds. You can see lifetime 600 frames, convert that to seconds, 20 seconds. Okay, so the idea is that if you basically just set up a big wall, what you can do is I can now just build a line here and connect to totems up here and resources down here. Okay, so. And this is pretty much what all the this is a very early strategy. This is basically we build some walls, we build the line, we get up here, and we get times in around 4 or 5 minutes. Now this was quickly optimized out. So unfortunately, I don't have many saves from this, and I'll get into why. So I think I'll go over here because this will probably show the strategy the best. Is the first thing that we kind of revolved into is we basically would make walls only where we needed to, and then what we'd do is we would have pylon. Now, these don't reach, but that's because these are not earned yet. I'm going to earn this pylon, and then I'm going to have more terraform markers up here and place a pylon here, earn this one, and then this earned pylon will connect both down to this one and to this one. So this was kind of the earlier, like this was kind of very early on in the competition. This was kind of what had started. This is kind of what everyone was starting with. I think, yeah, I'll probably explain what the first unintended game mechanic we found was. And this was one that actually made the competition quite difficult to get good times on. So I said that blobs have a lifetime of 20 seconds on this level. Well, there's a bit of a bug with this, and that is that if you save and load, the blob's lifetime is reset back to its initial value. So, let's just say you build a wall. Let's just build a quick wall here, because I can just straight up demonstrate this. Oh, I forgot this again. So you just Go slowly. Oops. Okay, so we set up some walls. Okay, so now we're just going to go. Okay, so now you can see this area is now entirely safe from blobs. Did it stop? Okay, that's an entire other bug. There we go. Okay, so now it's working. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a quick save, and then I'm going to load. And what you'll see is that the blobs from over here had their lifetime reset. So now they can make it over the wall and start destroying your stuff back here. This caused us so many problems because basically if you made a single mistake, you had to completely restart the map. This was compounded by the fact that there was actually a bit of, I'm not going to call it a, so the intended idea with, the strategy we ended up with the terps is that terps can terraform while moving. So you see these three are terraforming. You can move them, and they're still terraforming. And more to the point, oh well, now they aren't because these ones got taken over. Oh, they ran out of ammo. That's why. But the thing is that this is actually a perfect demonstration. Is that terps can terraform while in the air, and in fact, if you fly these up, they will terraform whatever's in range of them. However, if you make a single mistake and the drone goes back to the terp, you cannot launch it again without landing the terp. Keep in mind, this entire area is death, so you cannot land anything here. What this meant is that if you made a single mistake, you had to completely restart them level. This was just made it annoying and made it so we had to do, it just took several more attempts before we just got attempts where we didn't make the silly mistakes like this. Now, so in this attempt, you can see I'm building the walls over here. As time went on, I'm not going to fully demonstrate because I don't have a save, again, because of the issues with loading this. So, hold on, I'm just going to, oh yeah, hold on. Okay, so I'm just going to go over, and I'm going to load up my recordings. Just give me a second to find it. It's in here somewhere. So basically with that strategy, we ended up with something that looked like this. This was kind of what I had optimized it down to. This was a 335. And the idea is that I'm actually building the wall kind of where you see the terps are going. The wall was built along this area, and then I used towers as opposed to pylons for most of the line. And that was mostly because of that meant I could terraform less to make the link across, and then I terraformed more as time went on to get a pylon line to deliver the packets quicker. Because when you're actually empowering the totems, the only packet that matters is the last one. So you don't care if some of the earlier packets are a bit slow. That's not going to affect your time. The only time that matters is when the last packet arrives. So that was all well and good. Competition looked like it was kind of wrapping up in around that point because everyone was kind of getting like those 2-second improvements as opposed to 12-second improvements. So, but that was then. And that is also when Hypnotic actually found a new interesting mechanic. This was the second unintended game mechanic that was found, the first being the lifetime reset on reload. So, I'm going to jump into the editor again, and I'm just going to make a wall. Except, I'm not going to make it that high. I'm just going to make it a 5 high. Let's just build a big wall right here. And now, let's just pretend I built a tower line along here. Why? Well, you'll see why in a second. So, as you can see, these are all connected. This is a nice powered line. You notice the blobs aren't killing it. If you put towers over here, they die. Blobs will run into these. As it turns out, towers on top of terrain spikes, or very thin walls like this, the blobs will phase through, and near as I can tell, the actual exact mechanic is that the blobs don't actually reach the top. They're basically just kind of going through the last bit of terrain and just not hitting the bounding box of the towers. But, so, now, with that mechanic in mind, now we can actually do an interesting strategy. Now, we don't need to terraform up 20 high walls. We only need to terraform spikes 5 high. Now, So, I'll see if I can actually get a full demonstration of this. I think I'm going to actually, I think, is this the one that probably makes most sense? Yeah, I think I'll load right here. So this kind of shows what my early setup was. What I did was I started over near the ultra capacitors. I built up a huge amount of towers just so I would have energy. And now I'm building an urn portal with build speed, move speed, fire range, and fire rate. And now I've got 2 terps here. This terp right here is going to be done earlier, and it's just to terraform this spike right, this terrain spike right here. This terp is actually going to be the one that flies across the map. Now, so I think I will try and I think I'll probably try and demonstrate the entire thing. I won't do a super optimized run of this, but let's just get a quick thing going. So let's just get this done. Okay, now I need to be a bit careful with this. So, oh, nope, I already made a mistake. This is supposed to be on nearest first, and this is supposed to be on nearest first. So, idea is that now I'm going to destroy this. And I'm going to send the urn up here. Seems weird, but it works. So therefore I'm doing it. So, now, with this terp, this is where I'm going to actually probably just fully demonstrate this entire thing, is this terp is now going to terraform everything that I need across the entire area. And then I'm just going to get these set up. I'm going to need that set up. And this is where I'm going to actually demonstrate the entire thing. So I need to go a bit slow just to... And this is what happens when you let the urns terraform this spike, is now this drone goes back to the starting position and you need to restart. However, now we're not dealing with the blob lifetime, so we can actually safely restart. Actually, you want to know what? I would like to demonstrate whatever. I'm going to give it one more try. Let's just see if I can make a let's see if I can do this without making a silly mistake again. Okay, so now let's nearest first before I forget again, because that's what caused it the first time. Okay, so you are there. That is done. Terraforming. Destroy you. Now I'm going to use this just to move the urn up to the north, because I'm going to need it up there in a bit. Now I want the lab to start flying up there. Okay. Okay, this is not a super optimized run, but whatever. So now you need to fly up there. And in theory, hold on, you are on nearest first? Yes, okay. Is that in? No, it's not. Okay, I need to launch this immediately. Okay, I'm gonna give it one more shot. If I mess it up again, I will just go to the later save so you can actually see what's going on. Okay, so nearest first. This is just one of the things that happens, is you always just make these silly mistakes that you need to restart for. It's just annoying. Okay, so this is just going to... Okay, that's there. Now I'm going to navigate the urn up there, send the lab up to the north, build this tower, and now I need to launch this pretty much as it gets finished. Okay, so just let it advance a frame, and now go. Okay. So now you see the actual drone is kind of going with the terp. This is kind of what I was mentioning earlier, but it's a bit finicky to make the terp drone stay in the air. And that's mostly because if it doesn't have a target to terraform, it will just not. It will just stop terraforming. It will fly back to the terp, and then it cannot launch again until the terp lands. Okay. Now, the question of why I brought the urn up here, and now I'm going to earn this. This is because if you earn the terp too early, it will actually terraform quicker than it flies. And what it will do is it will run out of things to terraform and go back into the terp, and then it won't be able to terraform anything more. Okay. Did I miss anything? Those are building. Let's start getting this. So this was kind of more or less what I ended up with, except a lot more optimized. Okay. Why do I feel like I'm forgetting something important? Probably am. But anyway, so I ended up with something that looks like this. And then the last bit is that now that the terraforming is done, I'm going to take out the fire range and fire rate, and I'm now going to earn the refineries. So this is just so I get greener faster to turn to liftic up here. Now that was the other optimization I had, this factory up here. This is because now the packets, like the wares, will start traveling to the factory fast. We'll start doing this, what's the best way of putting this? I think I'll probably just wait until it's about, yeah, so you can see the wares are actually being sent out right now, as opposed to, normally you'd have to wait for these connections to be done. And that was one of the optimizations I had found. That was actually what ended up getting me second place behind Xexi's. Xexi's had a litany of optimizations, but actually did miss the factory one. But anyway, so this, if I just speed it up, these will activate in around 2:30. Okay, yep, 2:33. And that was more or less how this competition went down. It started out fairly normal, and then it kind of turned into almost a bug hunting map. And I didn't even get into some of the other bugs with the terp. So one of the things is that these terrain spikes were actually perfectly set up that you could do it with a single terp, and that was what I had tried to do initially. But there was another bug which I had found, which was if you do trickery to manipulate what the terp is targeting, it takes extra ammo, which I guess that at least might not be a bug. However, what I do think is another bug that we did find was if you earn or unearn a terp while it is terraforming, or while the drone is even just in transit from one terraform operation to another, it will take an extra bit of ammo to do the terraforming. And the problem is that how this is set up, you cannot refuel the terp while it is terraforming. You have to terraform in one shot, and the ammo capacity is perfectly set up that if you have exactly a full ammo drone, it can terraform all of these with 0 leftover. And that was why that bug actually caused me so many problems. That's actually the entire reason I built the second terp. The entire reason that second terp was built, or the entire initial reason, was because of that. The other reason, if I did that, the entire reason that it was built. I was thinking there might have been another reason, but no, that reason was actually invalidated for other reasons. But that pretty much summarizes the entire map. I don't think I forgot anything important, but I think I will just summarize of this turned into a very interesting competition, and I'd say I hope we get more like it, but this was kind of a special one. I don't think that having a lot of competitions with turn to bug hunting would be very interesting, but it was good to have a nice change of pace compared to the other 3 maps which were in the competition, which were kind of all relatively standard. They were another discussion. But anyway, that is it for this video and this map, and with that, have a great day and goodbye.